Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So it is the holiday season. We're at the time of the year where people are putting out a lot of wish list ideas and gift guides and things like that. I did one last year and I had a lot of fun doing it, so I figured I would do another one. Today I am sharing with you guys a gift guide slash wish list idea list for the different types of foodies in your life. The video that I made last year still holds true. There are a lot of really good ideas on there, so I'm gonna link that in the description. Check that one out if you want some more ideas. But this one I diversified a little bit more into kind of different categories, so hopefully you can find a good gift idea for the different foodies in your life. So I split this up into 5 different categories. If there are applicable links or things that I'm specifically recommending, I will leave them all in the description. I try to get things in kind of like a good price range because not all of us can afford a Breville espresso machine as a gift. As a gift? Yeah, I can't do that. So hopefully you can find a good gift idea for somebody in your life or something that maybe you want to ask for. And with that, our first category is foodies with a library. These are your foodies that just love a cookbook, love to learn. Their brains are sponges. They want to know the who, the what, and the why, okay? I also want to say that I'm a pastry person, so a lot of this is pastry specific, but I did try to go on the savory side for some of this stuff. So I did try. Especially with your academic foodies, the foodies who love to read food writing. There is a collection of Great American Food Writing. They've been doing it since 2018, I believe. I have about 4 of those books. Every single year, there's a Great American, so there's food writing, there's essays, short stories, like there's a whole thing. And there's Great American Food Writing. And each year they have a guest editor who picks out the food writing and assembles it into a book. Ruth Reichel's done one, Samin Nosrat's done one. I don't remember who did it this year, but one of those, the one from this year, or like a collection of them would be really cool. I've read a couple of them, and because of who picks them or whatever, the stories are always very interesting. I learn a lot, and I just love being surrounded by like food news and food media and food culture and stuff like that. If your foodie loves like to learn about the food world around them, those are a great gift. And next I have a list of cookbooks that are either new this year or that I think are just very interesting and very fun. I'm honestly just gonna kind of speed run through them, so if you think that one looks interesting, definitely check it out. I'll Bring Dessert by Benjamina Ebuehi, Mayumu by Abi Balingit, Sift by Nicola Lam, Breaking Bow by Clarice Lam, Our South, Black Food Through My Lens by Ashleigh Shanti, and Bread and Roses by Rose Wild. I think most if not all of them are women, which I think that all of these books, depending on I guess kind of like what niche your foodie is interested in, would be very, very great gifts. There's also a book that did not come out this year, but it's called The Flavor Bible. Every single person who is like a chef or foodie or anything should have this book. It is a giant master list of food flavors and like the chemistry behind them and what food flavors go well together. And if your foodie is somebody who just loves coming up with new flavor ideas and flavor combinations and loves experimenting and trying new things, the Flavor Bible is truly a Bible and is a must-have in any foodie's library. Moving on from like book recommendations, if your foodie does already have an extensive collection of cookbooks, you can get them it's really cute. It's like a cookbook checkout set from Barnes&Noble, like a library checkout set. It gives you like a stamp or something, so like if they loan out their cookbooks, they can kind of like you know when you would get a library book and it would have the little slip inside and it would have like your name and your date and stuff like that and when it was due. Barnes&Noble has one of those for cookbooks. It's very, very cute. And if you want to go a step further than that, you can get an embosser from Etsy so that they can like emboss the first page of their cookbook from the library of and then their name and stuff like that. I got one for my little sister for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's very cute. Those were not super expensive and you can customize them like to the heavens. They're great. And lastly, in this section, you can get them a recipe journal. Papier makes a couple of cute ones, and I'll link my 2 favorites down below. Basically somebody who just like makes a ton of recipes from a ton of different places. It's somewhere for them to kind of archive what they've made, what they felt about it, and stuff like that. So if they make a lot of stuff, they have a reference, and I think those are very fun. Next, I have a short little section on foodies that love to host. I myself do not host that many dinner parties, but I have a dream of doing it. My apartment right now is much too small, and not in like a cute, fun New York way, but like I truly cannot fit anybody in here. But one day I will. But if your foodie friend loves to host, the first thing that I'll say is like vintage antique serving platters, candlesticks, mugs, cups, stuff like that. Stuff that they wouldn't just find at Target or Home Goods. Specific things that are like weirdly useful but that they might not buy for themselves. Napkin sets and placemat settings if they love to have people over. It's one of those random things that's useful, and people like having different sets of them, but they don't always buy them for themselves. And lastly, if you have Anthropologie money, Anthropologie has some cute cake stands and cheese platters. Anthropologie has this very cute cake stand right now that I think has like little bows on the side. It's very adorable. So next is for foodies that love to eat, okay? Not every single foodie is a whiz in the kitchen, and that is totally fine. So this section is for people who just love food. They love to eat, they love to go out, they love to experience different types of food. The first thing that I would think would be very fun and very personal is a gift basket of like their favorite foods. Like if you get them bagels and cream cheese and lox from like the bagel stand nearby, or if you've made them homemade pasta, or get them some really expensive pasta and pasta sauce, anything like that. Especially if it's their favorite food, put it in a cute basket. I think that's personal and very fun. And again, if they love to eat, they will love it. So next, I was thinking about restaurant gift cards, like gift cards to go out to eat to their favorite place or to their favorite coffee shop or whatever. But I think one step further from that I think not a lot of people think about is restaurants have merch and coffee shops have merch, and it's a fun way to support them and also advertise for your favorite place. So hats and shirts and crew necks and tote bags and mugs. I love collecting mugs from diners. I have like 4 diner mugs from my favorite places. Maybe you can like stick a gift card in with the merch, but otherwise I think it's a fun way for them to support and represent their favorite place. And if you're not in the area of said restaurant, like, you know, it's one place that they went to while they were on vacation, most of those places will ship the merch if you order it online. Next, you can get them kind of like just like niche random food that they would maybe never buy for themselves. Olive oils, or you can get, there's these very cute tinned fish boxes. The boxes are pretty. One thing that kept popping up when I was researching for this was the by Jing box from Fly by Jing. That looks just delicious. It's a bunch of chili oils and chili crisps they would love but maybe possibly wouldn't buy for themselves. And then this next section is kind of in the same vein as foodies that love to eat. It's foodies that love to be in the kitchen. These people also love to eat, so there's kind of some overlap. But they also just love cooking and they love baking. You can get them a food subscription box. I found 2 that I did not know about before researching for this that looked awesome. One of them is called the Read It and Eat book box. It comes with books about food. So these could be fiction, nonfiction, cookbooks, anything relating to food, and then food to go with it. So there was, I think the one that's out right now is all about spices. So there are some nonfiction books about the spice trade, and then they also send you a nice variety of spices. There was a pasta one where they would send artisan made pasta and some sauce and stuff like that, and I thought that was very cool. It goes with the Foodies of the Library one too. It's kind of like read it and then apply it in the kitchen, which I thought was very cool. And then there's also a Fikabrod subscription box that is baker specific. It is a baking centered box that comes with ingredients and cute baking goodies like tools or merch, like stickers and like bench scrapers and cutters and stuff like that, that if you have a baker in your life, I think they would really love that. For the subscription boxes, you can gift a subscription for a year, but those can kind of be a little expensive. So you can also just give them a box, let them know about it, and then maybe they can then get their own subscription if they really like it. And then as far as like tools go, some of these are kind of niche things that I think people who like to be in the kitchen would like, but maybe wouldn't buy themselves. A nice new cast iron, if somebody doesn't have one, has always wanted to, or just needs like a different size, a good cast iron is a great gift because they will have that forever. Bonus, if it comes pre-seasoned, the Lodge ones do come pre-seasoned, so you don't have to do anything, they don't have to do anything. They'll have to do some maintenance, but other than that, it's ready to use. So a good cast iron is a great gift. Silicone baking mats. If you make macarons at home, a silicone baking mat is your best friend. They can be a little bit pricey depending on where you get them from, especially if you get the OGs. So maybe they might not be something that somebody would want to buy themselves, like an aspirational gifting item. Those are super helpful, they're super great, and they last a good amount of time if you take care of them. So those are a great gift. You don't have to get the expensive OG ones. I've used different brands and they have worked similarly, so there's options. I think a lot of people know a foodie that is like, let me put some finishing salt on here. Let me put some flaky sea salt. Let me put some salt in there. Let me put a little bit of salt on there. I unfortunately agree. I love flaky sea salt on top of a lot of stuff. Maldon sea salt is one of the most popular finishing salts, and they sell a big bucket of salt. Maldon also makes different types of finishing salts, like smoked salts. I think there's a garlic salt, something like that. But the big bucket specifically I thought was very funny. Here's a bucket of salt for Christmas. I would use it. And lastly, something that I think people, especially who ferment things or have like a sourdough starter, or people who want to store things long term and not just in deli jars, you can get them some Weck jars. They're those cute glass jars that have the clasp lids. You can keep things in them for a long time, and they're just very cute. They come in all these great different sizes. I've made sourdough vanilla extract. I've made pickles in mine. I don't have any personally, but I've used them in jobs before and very much loved using them. And my last section on this list is foodies that just love being foodies. You know, they're the ones who have croissant earrings, one of those sweaters that say butter on the front. Foodies that just like having food themed merch. They just love the food themed stuff. They go to the World Market and they get the pasta shaped salt and pepper shakers, you know? They just want everyone to know that they love food. And that's what this section is, okay? The pasta tarot deck. This is a little bit of a crossover if your foodie is also into the occult or just likes having a cutie deck of cards. They are fun tarot cards that have different pasta shapes on them, and I just think that's so cute and so fun. Next is piecework puzzles. They're beautiful still lifes, they're works of art. They're not all food related, but a lot of them are just big setups of foods that maybe share a theme, like they're all orange, or they're all pastries or something like that. I love a puzzle, especially when it's cold outside. There are some fun food themed puzzles that I love. I also, while looking for stuff for this, I found this really fun buttercream calendar. If your person is a pastry chef or just loves cakes in general, this buttercream calendar is very satisfying to look at, and I liked it. I thought it was fun, so I included it in the list because I can do that. I'm just now adding this to the list. This is my phone case. It's a bunch of like produce stickers. I got it for myself. If they still sell it, I will include it down below. Food themed phone cases, food themed phone charms, food themed earrings and necklaces. Everyone loves something with a croissant on it or like a baguette. So that is my 2024 foodie gift guide. I think they're all fun things that the foodie in your life will absolutely love. All that being said, I think foodies in particular are very particular about the tools and equipment and things that they use, or things that they like. Not every single pastry chef I know would love having one of those like butter shirts or like an ornament that's like a stand mixer. Take this with a grain of salt, pun intended. Just make sure that if you're giving somebody a gift, maybe take a second to get to know them a little bit. And if they just cook for themselves and they're not necessarily a foodie, maybe ignore this list. And if all else fails, you can always gift them a box of pears. I'm gonna leave applicable links down below in the description, and if I find anything else fun that I didn't mention in this video, I will put it down in the description box, so make sure you check that out. All the stuff's gonna be down there. I know it's kind of crazy seeing me again so soon. Don't get used to it. I'm just on a roll right now. I can't make any promises. It's been a very hard year. 2024 has been one of the longest years of my life. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you guys find some good gifting ideas or things to add to your own wish list. If there's anything else that you think is a great gifting idea or anything you need some ideas on, leave them down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I typically upload recipe videos. I know the last two have not been recipe videos, but I can say with 98% certainty that the next one will be a recipe video. Fingers crossed. 2024 was a very long and difficult year for a lot of people, especially the last couple months. And I hope that everyone makes it through this holiday season safe and happy. I hope that you are all able to find some light in these very long, dark winter days. And at the very least, I am able to offer a safe space and some community on this tiny little corner of the internet. And with all that said, happy holidays, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!